Hello, my name is Josh Atkinson, and you have once again stumbled upon my portrait painting YouTube channel. Today I am doing something revolutionary. I am not painting a small portrait, a 5 by 7 portrait. I'm painting a medium portrait, an 11 by 14, and varnish. Okay, so this is Charles Manson, and this image might make some people uncomfortable, but I think I'm going to make today's video kind of about like subject matter, like what actually excites you artistically, what actually like moves you to pursue something as complicated and difficult as like art. So yeah, if you want to see how I made this painting, then just stay tuned and we'll get to the time lapse. So this is the source image, and here's the time lapse. I have this is like my third time trying to record this voiceover because I'm so anxious, apparently, about posting a portrait of Charles Manson onto YouTube because YouTube is on the internet and people might have opinions. Not that I mean, I have 140 subscribers, so it's I'm hardly, I don't think I'm eligible for being canceled, but I could see people seeing someone post a portrait of a serial killer and immediately just having that like reactionary response of like, oh, you're glorifying what he did. And I'm like, not. I'm not. Let me make it very clear. I'm not pro murder. I'm not pro indoctrinating vulnerable people and creating a cult where I get them to go and kill like celebrities or non-celebrities. I am that's the hill that I'll die on. I'm not pro murder, and I hope that you believe me. And I'm not. I don't know. I this is my third attempt at recording this because I don't want to sound like I'm on a soapbox and I'm like preemptively defending myself because maybe nobody will care. Maybe nobody will have any issue with me painting Charles Manson. But honestly, I think that it's also just the swastika that he carved onto his forehead. Um, that's I mean, frankly, that's sort of like low on the list of ways that Charles Manson hurt people. But the internet is not known for depth or context or anything like that. But whatever. Um, I'm just gonna talk this video about going towards subject matter that excites you. Um, I love painting roses. It's a recent development. I've got a couple videos of me figuring out how to do that after avoiding it for my entire life because I thought it was just too difficult. I love painting like a Dutch style still life of like a porcelain bowl with some onions. Like I love all that stuff. But I also love intensely dark subject matter. Since I was a little boy, I was drawn to the supernatural, I was drawn to horror movies, I was drawn to I don't know, maybe I was just intrigued by the things that culture the culture was sending me a message that I shouldn't value these things, and so maybe I learned to, and maybe my childhood I felt less than valued, or I felt monstrous in certain ways, and so I'm drawn to scary things as an adult. Who knows? I don't know. I get a little sick of artists, you know, trying to do the gallery pitch of what their identity is. I think that's for the viewer to decide. But regardless, I think you will stunt your artistic development tremendously if you run away from what you're interested in. You know, if I had the money for models, I mean, this painting would look very tame compared to the things that I would be doing if I had the money for like art models and like sets and makeup and stuff. Like I'm just drawn to the transgressive and I don't know. I guess I'm just always curious about when something's upsetting people and they want to put it away. I always have to just stop and look at it and say, does this have value? Is there a value in painting Charles Manson? And I think there is. And I would contend that that's not unusual in visual arts. You know, Robert Mapplethorpe uh, had photography, not even paintings. Like he had models doing the things that he was taking photos of. which I can't discuss, which is stupid because I'm not monetized, and I'm clearly this video would be demonetized if I were. But Robert Mapplethorpe showed photos of really kind of fringe gay sex stuff, and it's absolutely beautiful. Uh, it's professional and it's shocking, and I don't know. I can't tell you why it isn't prurient and juvenile. It just isn't. He also took photos of calla lilies and really gorgeous other flowers. And if you go further back, you look at like Caravaggio. He got in so much trouble, aside from murdering someone later in his career. He got in a lot of trouble because he broke with the conventions of religious paintings, which basically paintings were all religious or mythological in that era. And he got in trouble for using a known prostitute as his Virgin Mary and showing the underside of her feet and how dirty they were. He got in trouble. His Jesus, if you look at, I can't remember the name of it, but one of the paintings of Jesus, his Jesus is not, like male model Jesus like everyone else's was. Um, he's kind of pudgy and like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying Caravaggio transgressed. And there's something, I would argue, that there's something part and parcel to being a creator, even if you just even if you're painting pretty flowers, Georgia O'Keeffe, and well, many people would say that those were a lesbian subtext, that those were all, her way of painting uh, vaginas without, getting in trouble. I think it's important to transgress as an artist. That's part of learning. And even if your transgression isn't about subject matter, even if it's about like mediums, like you want to use. I saw someone make a painting out of a bra on Instagram today, and I was like, okay, this girl is pushing boundaries. Good for her. Um, you have to break. What is it? You have to break some eggshells to spill the milk. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. The transgression is good, and whatever you want to paint is good, but there will come a time, or whatever you want to do that isn't killing people and starting cults is good, but there will come a time where you have to transgress, even if it's just to say, no, I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a painter, or whatever. Anyway, this is the finished painting. It is an 11 by 14-inch oil painting on a canvas panel. So then, yes, this is how we arrived at this portrait of Charles Manson. I'm really pleased with it. I am new to painting larger things, and his head is larger than a human head, I think. Um, anyway, I know this may not be everybody's cup of tea, and this is not going to be an all serial killer portrait channel going forward, though I am tempted. Um, yeah, I guess that's about it. I wanted to say thank you for the new subscribers. I'm up to, I think, 142, though this gentleman might cost me a few. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out last week's that dealt with working from like a less than ideal photo source. And yeah, I'll see you in 7 days. Bye.